Hello, everyone. We're going to work on Soundtrap Assignment number 4. This is one of my favorite assignments we've done with Soundtrap so far, and I also think it's really accessible and really fun and easy to do. So the assignment is first to choose a poem to recite. So before you even open the assignment, you can open it. I have it open in this window. There's this link to a list of poems. You can use your own or you can use one from this list, poems to keep your spirits up during self-isolation. And I really like this poem here by this Irish poet, John O'Donoghue, To Bless the Space Between Us from 2008. And it says, while it was written as a blessing, people can turn to it in the wake of a breakup. This poem could be used to remedy many different forms of strife. It encourages the reader to pause, take a moment for self-reflection, and remember that good things will come again. So this is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall until the bitter weather passes. Try, as best you can, not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart all sense of yourself and your hesitant light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning. So the first part of this assignment is really simple. We're just going to record the audio from that poem, and again, you can choose your own. So in your assignment, you've got the mic track there. You click on Show Instrument, and you click on Start Recording. It'll count down. And you can see it starts recording the audio. When you're done, you click Stop. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put headphones on and record this. So I'm going to pause my screen recording for a second, record the audio, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, so here is the audio I recorded of myself speaking the poem. And you'll notice I've worked on this assignment before. I moved to pop delay. The computer mic enhancer is the default, and it adds some reverb to your voice automatically. You can also later pan your voice to the right instead of down the middle or to the left. And that is something we want to do on the assignment. So I like to pan my voice to the right and add a little reverb and volume to it, and then we can hear what that sounds like.
This is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall till the bitter weather passes. Try, as best you can, not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart all sense of yourself and your hesitant light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning.
All right, perfect. So I liked this poem because it was short, and I liked the sentiment to it. You can see that I clicked record and that there was a little bit of time that there was no sound, and then I started speaking, and that's what all those waves are. Okay, so the next part in this assignment is we are going to add at least one repeating loop for the duration of the entire recitation of the poem. So we click on the purple notes, and I'm going to choose something from synthesizers to add to my loops. And there's this flute, dreamy waves. Let's hear how that sounds. Dreamy daybreak. Dreamy chronicles. Yeah, that sounds really nice. So I'm going to drag that onto the track. And then remember, you click on the loop button, press down and hold, and extend it. I'm going to extend it. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make it 6 long. See how there's like 6 bubbles, kind of. They're a little bit rounded at the edge. And then I'm going to move this audio so that it starts after the second bubble, roughly. All right. Now, I'm going to open this track up and pan it left. If you remember, I panned my audio right. So now I'm going to pan this track left. And then I'm going to add the next part of the assignment, which is 2 sound effects that will exemplify, which means to be an example of a word from the poem. So in the poem, there's a lot of imagery about weather and air and also scraping, wire brush of doubt, scraping from your heart. So I think with this poem, I'm hearing imagery of air going past me. I'm hearing imagery of scraping. So there's two ways to add that. The first way is to use an SFX loop. The other way is to add a track. And if you add synthesizers and you go into the synthesizer menu here, click on the instrument, and you go to synths and you scroll down, I believe, actually it's FX, it's up here. So there's different sound effects here underneath the synthesizers. So swoosh up 2 bars, swoosh, train, windish. You kind of hear some of the different sounds. All right, so the thing that's probably going to work best for me is this sweep thing and using a lower note. So if I click down on octave and that sounds pretty good, right? So then if I go into piano roll and I scroll down C1, I just click one note there and then extend the length and then extend this loop so that it's maybe about that long. And I'm going to move it roughly about here. And remember, we talked before about adding a fade in, fade out. And I'm going to extend the length so that it fades in and fades out the entire time. So it just kind of sounds like some wind passing through in the middle there. And now I'm going to add a little bit of a scraping sound. So let's see if we can find something here in the loop menu that I have open on this side. Yeah, there we go. I like that one. That kind of sounds like some scraping stuff. So I'm going to move it onto the track here so that it kind of starts towards the end of that. And I'm going to turn the volume down on it. And I'm going to make the character of this a little darker. Look at that. You can do that. And then we can listen to our project overall. I've got 2 sound effects. I've got my loop and I've got my poem recorded.
This is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall till the bitter weather passes. Try, as best you can, not to let the wire brush you down. Scrape through your own distance of yourself. Don't hesitate. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet dead on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be calm, and you will be good.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to do 2 things there at the end. I'm going to add a fade out on this loop because that would sound good. And I'm going to make it happen like starting that last bubble, just fade out. And then I think this sound effect thing could be a little bit louder. And that's pretty much it. I'm fairly satisfied. Click save. Remember to share your assignment with me. You click on share and that will share the assignment with me so I can give you credit. All right. If you have any questions, email me. Good luck.